Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the big blue house. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the big blue house. Well, we're not gonna put Pitbull on right now, but hi, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Let's do something I'm not gonna get shut down for. Bam, 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 bam. The party has just begun. Okay, put that right there. Good morning, good morning. Hi. Hi. Amazingly radiant. I love it. I love it. How's everyone's day going? Hi. I know, I use you guys as a mirror. Sorry. I didn't get some stain over there. See, it's stainless. Might drive me nuts. It's snowing. It's snowing in Chicago. Love it. I love it. I'm excited actually for the snow. I like snow. I don't like driving in the shit, but I like snow. You know what I mean? I do. So we're just gonna talk about random shit. Throw some random cards. You guys feel that energy shift? Raining. I'd take snow over rain any day. Legitimately. I'd rather it snow than rain. Nice and sunny in Cali. I'll put it this way, I'll take the sun over the snow any day. But I don't know what I'd do without my 4 seasons. Like, I can't even imagine Christmas being Christmas without snow. Like, maybe because I grew up in New England and you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I traveled all over the place, but like New England is pretty much home, you know? We've been to like warm destinations too, but I don't think there was ever a Christmas that we weren't in snow. Like, I remember one year, it's probably like within the last 5 years for sure, it was I remember wearing heels with straps, capri pants, and like a little tank top, like a light sweater on it. You know what I'm saying? So like in the night driving home from Christmas was extremely hazy, foggy, but it was so warm, no snow. Like it legitimately did not even feel like Christmas. It was the most bizarre feeling. Like I don't know how you people who live in like Cali and these warm places, other countries, like it's so natural to you obviously if you're there, but like it literally like threw me off. Like it just did not feel like Christmas at all. Like I get super bummed. Like I want the whole yard covered in snow for Christmas. Like I don't want like a sheet of snow. I want a foot of snow in my yard for Christmas. Just wouldn't be Christmas without it. You know? Drive safe, get here. Don't forget the food, don't forget the wine. Don't forget to bring yourselves. Yeah, see, Florida palm trees and Christmas lights never cut it for me. Nope, never. So I did say my kids have been asking here and there, like, can we just go on vacation one year and just be in, like, the warmth of one year? And I'm like, "Well, like, we can go on vacation, I guess, because family's huge." You know what I'm saying, with me? And to not spending it with 40 people in my family would be like, we wouldn't know what to do with ourselves. And I was like, "Well, if we ever do that, like, we'll be in, like, Colorado. We'll be, like, at the slopes or something. We would still be in snow." Like, I don't think I could ever have a Christmas without snow. It's just that simple for me. I don't think I could do it. Obviously, I could do it. I don't want to. Just don't want to. So I feel like we got lots to talk about. Okay, um, the different avenues, where we're going, shifts in energy. I will tell you, with me, um, and where I kind of want to go is kind of like get the passion back. Okay, like I'm so passionate when it comes to like what I do. But to be honest with you, like, it's time to start feeling the passion again, because we've been reading the same story. We're disappointed, we're frustrated. We want the chapters to end, you know what I'm saying? But like it's not that simple. So like it's just a vicious cycle. So it's kind of like I definitely didn't lose myself, but you definitely find yourself in a spot where it's like, "Oh shit." Like the passion, the drive, the passion within your soul again. So even though I love what I'm doing and I'm passionate about it, like the fire in my soul kind of went somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think it's real important that we start touching base on that again, because that's huge. That does push us forward. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to jump all over the place, guys, because it's what I do. But like, some of us, we just grow up in this conditioning, and it's so hard to break, especially, just talking to somebody, and she was expressing how she was raised by like strong Catholic women. And it can become difficult because our pride gets in the way. It's buffering. Is anyone else buffering? Hmm? Okay. And I noticed, like, even me, like, I explain pride and all this other stuff, and then when I actually have to like suck my own pride up, it's like, oh, like shit. Okay, so that's what pride is. That shit is not easy. Okay, so like here I am talking about all this stuff with you guys and all this stuff, and like let the pride go and blah 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 blah. Like holy shit. Now I understand why it's so difficult to let certain things go, because I can't even tell you, expressing the tiniest bit of something and knowing pride's in the way is like, whoa. Like, suck it up, swallow the big gulp that's in your throat, Courtney. You know, it's a lot, okay? So I'm starting to like really, really see certain things, and I think they're doing it to me on purpose so I can have that compassion back in certain aspects of my life, because I kept reading the same thing for so long, and it's just it literally, like, the candle was always there, but the flame was dwindling. You know what I mean? Like, it was flickering. Like, it wasn't shining bright. Obviously I have great days, we talk about energy, but it's not the same. So I really feel like a lot of us, we lost that passion again. So it's bringing that passion back, and I'm such a passionate person that I'm really good at explaining that kind of stuff. So it's definitely time to start getting that back. And I knew I was going in that direction too, but I still want to go in a different direction. But I have to be passionate about no matter what direction, obviously. But like a different type of like passion, like in my weekend energy type thing, I was kind of like, all right, Court, like there's that fire again. Like, here we go. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that drive. Um, but I know what it's like to feel the shifts of energy, because I've been feeling those shifts of energy right now too. And it was like I was looking into something and then I was like, "Oh, stalker mode," but not like stalker. But now I understand, like, it can be different aspects. Like, when I say stalker mode, it can be you just really researching something, but it looks like you're stalking because it's like you're just so damn focused. Okay. So there's all different things I want to start touching base on again. And I was talking to this woman this morning. We had a reading, and how she grew up Catholic and I grew up Catholic, and being afraid of certain things. Like, my parents never taught me to be afraid of certain things, but it was like, of course, growing up Catholic. And um like, two of my children are baptized and the other two are not. And I was explaining to her, like, I don't understand why I never baptized the other two, because my parents say, like, you ever gonna do it? It's never too late. And now it's like, no, I'm not, because I don't take them to church. I preach a different thing, and I'm still Catholic, guys, but it's like, spirituality to me is all universal. You can be whatever religion you want to be. That's the beauty of spirituality. So it's kind of like, I don't feel the need to baptize them. And I didn't years back either, when everyone was like, why not? Why not? Well, I guess, and I didn't realize it then, but in all reality, that was my brain, my soul telling me, like, let them choose. So this is why it's tough, because we're brought into this world, and I didn't ask to be Catholic. I didn't have a choice. I grew up Catholic. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, people have this fear, like, oh, you gotta baptize your children, or whatever, however you want to do. You gotta baptize your child, because if you don't, you feel like your child could die, and God forbid they died and they weren't baptized, and they would go to hell. And like, so it's a fucking fear. It's a conditioning. You know what I'm saying? And in all reality, like, when we have children, and we really should let them make their own decisions when it comes to that, because if you think about it, we didn't have that decision. I didn't give my older two that decision, like, boom, you're Catholic. Why? Probably because out of fear. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, some people can agree with me on that, and other people, they can't. But it's like, because religion boils down to faith, but in our reality, yeah, was I raised Catholic? But yeah, they didn't preach it every day in the household. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe grandparents did, or certain things, but like, I didn't get preached to it like every day. Like, follow the scriptures, follow the Bible. Like, if I got in trouble, it wasn't like this biblical, like, go read John, like, it wasn't like that. So it's like, why did you baptize me? If you're not, especially if you're not even going to preach it. So it's just like, it's little things like that, which, I mean, that has a big part of conditioning too, and how you're raised, especially if you're raised by like a single mother or a single father, and they preach religion because that's what got them out of certain situations, which I can totally agree, because it boils down to faith. But like, that's not our choice. And now all of a sudden you find all these people that are stuck in conditioning and having a hard time moving on, because of that. So it's like, it's tough. All right. It's tough to break conditioning. It's tough to let go of pride. It's a lot of work, but I think the best route to go about certain stuff right now is really finding that passion. Even though we know the passion, it's re-sparking the passion. You know what I'm saying? um, Getting to know who you are. Because again, like the other day when we were talking, I think it was just like yesterday, I said, like, oh, I'm gonna take a leap of faith, and I'm going to dinner, and I'm gonna take a leap of faith, and a whole bunch of people were just like, oh, good for you. Did you meet someone new? Are you going on a date? Or are you going to see your twin? And it's like, guys, like, what about you in different scenarios? Like, that energy was for you guys to find your passion again, not find the passion with your twin, or something like that. It was finding your passion again. So it's like you find yourself getting fucking lost, and it's like, I preach all this stuff, and I'm like, oh, court, like, oh shit, like, take a step back for a minute, because you got lost again. So it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it takes certain energy to get you to realize that stuff again. So it's tough, and it's time to focus on what truly makes you happy, and that's not, let's talk about a lover, because First of all, until you truly find you're happy, that lover, chances are, is not gonna come in anyway, and if they do, you're just gonna repeat the cycle because it's karmic, and that's what we do. We repeat cycles our whole entire life, we learn from them, we move forward and hope we don't repeat them again, but the wheel is always spinning, okay? So I know it's not easy to break conditioning. I know it's not easy to let go of ego. Could you imagine all those people that have so much pride, like their pride is their everything? You know what I mean? Like that's how they were raised too, to be strong and this, and that, and not. So it's like, whoo, it is effing hard to break some pride. Like even certain words that I wanted to speak last night through a text message, and it was like I can't explain how hard it was to express one word where before I could be like it'd be like nothing. It'd come out of my mouth like this, and now it's like how do I reword that? Well, you can't reword that because the word you're looking for is right there, but you don't know how to say it, and you don't. It's like all of a sudden, like you forget how to like spell it again. You know, like fuck, I don't want to write that, or you know what I'm saying. So it's like I get it now, and I never thought I was a prideful person, and it's like holy shit. You know, like I knew I needed to reach out to somebody last night, and it was hard. It was so hard. Didn't see that coming. You know, so I know all of us have different things in our life, as in it doesn't have to be a lover. It can be any situation that's going on with you, a coworker, a family member, a sibling, a child. Sometimes it's hard to even talk to your child. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you think you know all the answers, but then it's like there's times where I'm like, oh, I didn't think it'd be that hard to have that conversation with my child, and it sure is. Okay, sometimes it's challenging. So it's just time to kind of like find who we are again. Because I honestly think we all got a little lost with this story I've been telling. Okay, because conditioning steps in, our pride's in the way, ego's in the way, other things are distracting us. We're not incorporating different things into our life. We lost the spark. We have a spark for one thing, but not for another when you used to have that spark there. Like it's time to incorporate everything again to really put yourself where you need to be. You need to be in a good spot for things to come to you so you can see differently. If you want to rebuild something, you really have to work on you, your issues, your problems. Not, yeah, obviously it's gonna come down to compromising and certain stuff like that, but the bottom line is you got to work on you in order to get what it is you need. Okay. Okay. I don't know. So there's a lot to take care of. There's a lot to different directions. Like I have marketing, it's just starting to all get together. I'm putting it together, putting out different more videos, but I kind of feel like I got to get that I got to get that little bit of a spark back. As passionate as I am for what I do, I got to start feeling that spark again. So I think we kind of all just need to take a step back and really focus on what's important to us and what's going to get our spark back again. All right. Even if you're happy go lucky, you know, there's still something to work on. There will always be something to work on. You don't conquer one lesson and then think you've mastered that. You know, you're constantly mastering lessons your whole entire life. And don't think for 1 second you're not going to be tested on them. You know, so it's hard to push through sometimes. Okay. Yeah, karma's your whole life, guys. You step outside the door every day, you're bumping into karma. You know, I was reading something the other night, and this one gentleman, he meditates every morning or every night, even for like 2 minutes, and he sits there and he pictures that particular person, and he was breaking down, you know, like even a waitress that day, what if she was really nasty? And you know, you do absorb those type of energies, guys. That's why I say even at work to step outside for 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But like forgive that waitress or waiter for being, you know, a bitch or disrespectful, or you know what I'm saying? We don't think to do that, but it's like it makes his day. He wakes up better or whatever. I don't know if he does it in the morning, at night. I don't know. And it's only for like 3 minutes. And her picture that person's face and her think about like the negative stuff that was said, and he'll get angry about it and he'll tell her off or whatever. And then her sit there and say, okay, I now forgive her. We don't know what kind of day she had, and he's not trying to make it, I don't think he's trying to make excuses for the situation, but in all reality, we don't know the path that one walks. Like, we really don't, like, as much, I mean, I was with my ex-husband for 20 years, and I know him in and out, and I know his family, and I know how he's raised, yeah, but we don't know. I don't know where he was as a child when he used to sit in certain places and think about certain stuff. Like, we don't know as much as we think we know. So, it's just it's time to work on us again, and let people in again, you know, and forgive and give second chances, and whether it's a lover, a family member, a sibling, an ex-husband, an ex-wife, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's important, and it does come down to like forgiving, and I mean that must be where my pride gets in the way when it comes into certain stuff too, because it's like, how do you want me to forgive certain, like, especially when mama bear stuff kicks in, it's like I feel like sometimes there's no good enough explanation for that to forgive somebody for certain stuff, but, like, I get why we have to do it and why we should do it, so I guess I'll slowly work on, like, little stuff. I feel like I don't have that much to work through, but obviously we all do, you know? So, just constant stuff where I'm thinking to myself, like, "Man, what do we, like, take a step back, like, every 4 weeks?" Like, what do we get lost every 4 weeks, and then it just takes us months to, like, realize, like, we lost ourselves again before we jump back into it because you're your everyday self. Like, I've been fine for months, months and months and months, and I've been doing great, and I'm going, and I have fantastic days, but then it's like, if I think about it, like, "Ah, shit, I did lose myself in that aspect with that scenario," or you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's just like that. So, find your ways to work on little things like that, alright? Um, it's just it really literally is little stuff, okay? But I think what we all really need to work on right now is compassion, and I think a lot of that has to do with pride and ego. It's just it boils down to conditioning, and it's gotta be hard to break, like, we all break it, like, somewhere down in the family history, we were talking about this with somebody earlier too, and I've talked about it plenty of times with people where it's kinda like my mom was super into, like, paranormal stuff, and she took a couple classes in college, and then I think she got pregnant, met my father, and I forget what happened, but she stopped doing it. So she's always believed in it. I've always known a few stories from, like, childhood when it comes to that, but it's like somewhere in your family, we're all spiritual, we're all religious, somebody just has that hard time breaking it because you're already born into conditioning when it comes to, like, if somebody baptizes you or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? So it's like they're already putting you in a certain circumstance, so by the time you realize when you wanna make your own choices, those people don't want you to make certain choices because I didn't raise you that way, so it's like somebody has to be the one to break it. That's it. It's one of those things where someone has to break the spiritual thing, the religious conditioning, like, somebody has to break it, and so many people, it doesn't matter if you go to church every week, you go to temple every week, it doesn't even matter, like, there's always that one in that family that will question it, or, "Well, why do I have to do this? Why do I have to do that?" Or, "Why do you make me?" Can your parent even explain that? "Oh, it'll make you a better person?" Nah, you make yourself a better person. When you're forcing somebody, and it is forced, and you don't even realize it because they do it so nonchalantly and it's routine, but in all reality, it's forced. You're being forced into doing it. You don't have an option. So to break that is tough. Like, do you think it was tough for me to, tell my parents like, "Hey, this is what I'm doing." Like, okay, like my dad, he thinks like I'm a fortune teller. Like, is your crystal ball clear today? You know what I'm saying? Like, legitimately thinks I'm like a gypsy. Like, what'd your crystal ball tell you? Did your crystal ball tell you that? Yeah, yeah, Dad. My crystal ball told me that. So how hard do you think it was for me? Not easy, guys. But it's like it has to be broken somewhere. I'm not saying everyone has to like step into spirituality, but like don't think for 1 second that they don't consider other religions or certain stuff. And they're not trying to put this on us or cause harm, or they just want the best for us. But in our reality, is that really the best for them, or were you raised and conditioned for that to be the best because that's what your parents did? That's what your parents preached. So then that's what you preach to your children. Anybody else having buffering problems? No? Yeah? No? 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 A bit? Let me back up a little bit. Tiger Lily, not yet. Yeah, people have been saying that lately. If it's buffering, there's certain stuff that I guess, I don't know, 'cause I really can't stand when that happens. See, it's a good, like, 30-70 right now. Yeah, see, this girl is like, my mom doesn't like the word karma. So it's like, we're raised with little things like that. Like, don't use that word or don't use this word. You know what I'm saying? Like, I swear, and people tell me all the time, like, you really shouldn't swear around your children. But I'm telling you right now, like, when my kids were old enough and they would say something, they'd be like 4 or 5, they'd draw out something, they'd be like, ah, shit, or you all think it's funny, or, like, ah, it's cute. But like, once my kids always learned to comprehend something, I always said to them, like, I don't, there's certain words and I don't want you to repeat them. And as they got older, I said, listen, if you want to say that word, I can't tell you not to say that word, but don't you ever say that word and disrespect anybody with those type of words. And I've never heard my kids ever disrespect anybody with vulgar, you know. Um, so it's all on how you're raised. It's conditioning. I mean, I grew up. I mean, my dad was, Massachusetts. I grew up with potty mouth. Like I grew up and didn't even know swears were swears. I thought swears were part of the dictionary, part of the vocabulary. Like Mingia, fuck, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it was with us, So it's like, like when I swear, like sometimes I don't even realize I swear, because I have certain friends that will like, oh my God, the kids are here. And it's like, oh my God, come on. Like, your kids are going to love me for who I am. Like, I don't, like, I understand and I'm going to respect your rules and you don't want me swearing around the children because I don't even realize I do it anymore. But like, now she just gave up on me. She's like, all right, Court, like, fuck it. Like, you are who you are. Like, I can't tell you every time we sit at the table not to use the F word or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's one of those things where I grew up with that language, and it to me it is a language, like, so it's like it's a part of conditioning too, but it's like I never thought that was one like I had to break. I guess it would be different if like I was obviously disrespecting people with it, but like obviously it's hard to see like my 20-year-old be like, what the fuck? And blah 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 blah. And it's like, okay, well, she's cursing at something, so I get it. Like I can't even give her shit for that because I'll drop something and I'll be like, fuck, or shit. Or you know what I'm saying? Like, but I will tell you this. I've never like in front of my ex-husband with the kids, I've been like, you a fucking asshole and blah 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 blah. I never did that. Well, I probably did that. I probably didn't say like you're an asshole, but like I never like cursed and like belittled anybody or put anybody down, or I was like, your dad's an asshole, your dad's a prick. Like, never once have I ever done that, like, never. Like, my kids will always, no, that's one thing I've never done. You think your dad's an amazing superhero right now? Then your dad's an amazing superhero right now. And 5 years from now, when you get, when you get a little more mature, you realize, all right, I guess my dad's a superhero, not the superhero I thought he was, but still a superhero, still a great guy. But like, they'll get a reality check here and there, be like, oh shit, like, especially when they get older, like, wow, I can't believe my mom did that on her own, or you know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm telling you, when me and him split, like, I became the bad guy and he became the superhero. Like, I don't even fucking understood. I don't even know how it happened. And I'm just like, okay, I just rolled with it. I just rolled with it. It's all you can do sometimes, you know? So but what I'm saying, like, because I got sidetracked again, but she said the whole karma thing, like, that's just it. Like, so you grew up thinking, like, you couldn't use that word, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but they grew up thinking they couldn't use that word because their parents taught them they couldn't use that word. So it's like pick and pick and choose your battles. It really comes down to compromising what works for you, how you want to approach something. It's you got to step out of your box. You really got to stop becoming who you truly want to be without somebody else's input, and support that other person. Like, my kid, like, used to tell everybody, like, I want to drive around an ice cream truck and sell ice cream. And I know little kids say that, but I was like, oh yeah, that's awesome, and they'd be like, well, why don't you encourage him to, like, be like a lawyer or something typical, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, why am I gonna kill his fucking dream? Like, if that's his dream, because in his head it's beautiful, because already he thinks to himself, well, ice cream makes me happy, so I want a job that makes me happy. I think that's fucking amazing. So if he wants to sell fucking ice cream, let him sell ice cream. But that's how I'm saying, like, kids, we're conditioned as we get older, and we don't even realize our parents what just it's a vicious cycle. But to me, I look at the beauty in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the fact that he loves ice cream, and the fact that he already knows in his head that he should be doing something that he loves, is beautiful to me. You know what I'm saying? So if my kid wants to sell ice cream, I mean, obviously he's not going to, but I just love that, I love that age where it's like, I think people don't, like, realize, like, they say little things like that and, like, oh, it's so cute, but it's like, do you go back and really realize, like, there's no conditioning there. They're happy, they're free, like, there's no expectations. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's such a beautiful moment as a parent, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I was able to notice and pick up on stuff like that, and I loved those moments. Like, on my Instagram, like, I barely, like, say anything or heart anything, um, for, like, people who, like, I follow back or something like that. But, like, lately, I've been seeing all these pictures of, like, children, and she had her tree up and her children and little kids, like, in little trousers, and, like, the smile on this child's face. I was like, "Love, love, love." You know what I'm saying? It's like that smile that takes you back when you look at it in a picture, and it's just, like, that pure moment of pureness. It's just it's gorgeous, and we all lose that. So it's so important to just find those little things again, even if it's step by step and it's little things. Like, oh, when I was a kid, I used to love to go to the park and swing. Go to the fucking park and sit on a swing for 10 minutes and swing. It will shift your energy like that. You know what I'm saying? So what, your wife doesn't want to do this or do that. That's what compromising comes in. That's what I want. I want my kids to have this experience, and go let your kids have that experience. So it's the littlest things that we can seriously change, that we slowly forget. We forget. And, like, it's like, and I've talked about it before, like, even the building blocks as children, you don't realize it's so fundamental, and it's only building blocks, but it's like, it's teaching them towers, it's teaching them emotions, it's teaching them patience, it's teaching them a lot of things. We can't understand on why you crash their tower down and they get upset, or somebody else gets upset, because we don't know how they're looking at that. And it took a lot for that child to build 5 blocks, and we're like, no big deal. Like, ooh, Superman comes in and swoops it down. Next thing you know, the sister's crying tragically, and you're like, why are you crying? Well, because we don't know what her thoughts were. because we don't think about shit like that because we're so conditioned to be like, "Oh, whatever." Like it's a motor, it's a motor skill or we just think of like, "Oh, no big deal," but we don't really process. We don't really go in and be like, "Why, is she so upset?" I mean, you don't want to overanalyze everything anyway, but you know what I'm saying? It's like we just forget these little things that really is truly important, you know? So we really got to start working on that again soon. I'm going to start incorporating that type of stuff, okay? Because this is your time, whether this person steps in or not. I know I'm a love channel, but you really want this person to step in. And when this person does step in, it is quite the process. Okay. Hi, Angel. Like and just like how I'm talking, like how my text was last night, where I was like, I had trouble texting someone, and I did the text, and then I was like, oh, I asked a certain thing, and then I couldn't even follow through of that. Like I told myself at nighttime, like I was gonna picture this or try to work on this, and I couldn't pull it off. I pulled it off for like 30 seconds, and then I couldn't pull it off. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, I'll try again tonight. So work on something little, and just because you can't accomplish it, don't get discouraged. Just try it again the next day. Little steps, okay? Little steps. And that, I mean, you guys can be like, oh, she's texting her twin, or she's texting a friend, or she's texting this. You guys will never know who I'm texting or who I'm talking about. Let's just say I texted a friend that I need to forgive and they need to forgive. It's vice versa. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if it's a lover, guys. That's what I'm saying. I need you to look at, everyone's like, oh, well, the opportunity is not here. Well, no, it is, because you don't see it because you're thinking about a lover. How about you think about you? What's best for you? What your soul is crying for right now? Did you mend a broken heart from something your grandfather said to you 20 years ago, and you've been holding it against him for 20 years? See what I'm saying? Like, you can literally text yourself. I've texted myself plenty of times saying certain stuff. Plenty of times just to see how it would feel or certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, that may work for people, or even writing a letter. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, because I know you all just jumped right to my twin. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I really need you to think outside the box here. And I'm not going to tell you who I texted. I'm going to keep it a mystery. But like I'm learning to. All right, like that's why I know that we slowly got to start working on little things, because we all kind of forgot about ourselves again. Even though I was so damn focused on me, it took away the fire. So it's hard to work on your calling or anything that you're passionate about without the passion in your soul. I can have the passion like my throat chakra so you guys can hear it and I can express it, but it's different when you feel it. I want you guys to start feeling it again. So, let's throw some cards. It's buffering for you? I hope not. So it's little things that I think people are like holding on to, okay? And you don't even realize how drastically it's legitimately affecting your life. So just because it didn't work out so well for me the first couple minutes doesn't mean I won't get better at it. You know what I mean? I think the first time I did it, that's beautiful judgment when it comes to the Two of Cups. I feel like the first time I did it, I got like really emotional for like 2 minutes, and I was like, oh, and I just kind of was like, oh. And I tried, but I think I tried so hard to focus on one image that it was like, it was just hard. So I'll try again tonight. So that's what I want you guys to do, like a little project. Picture me as like a professor, and choose something that, you can work on, even if it's little, and try it tonight or try it in the morning, whatever it is to you. You know what I'm saying? And just try it, and just because the first couple times it doesn't feel right or something, eventually, it's gonna help you, I know it will, because I know eventually it will help me. Why don't women like you? Well, probably because you have no self-love, maybe, or you're giving up you don't have enough that you don't have enough self-respect for yourself, is probably the bottom line. You're already putting negativity out there. Why don't they like me? Oh, no one's gonna like me. Or you're already doing it to yourself, unfortunately. Well, that's your problem. You're doing everything for everyone. You know what I'm saying? Like I talked about that the other day with somebody too. Like again, that's where we lose ourselves because as a mom, I was so content for 20 years, cooking dinner and making sure, making the beds and tying the kids' shoes at 10 years old. Even when my son's 11 and I still tie his shoes every effing morning. You know what I'm saying? Like my daughter sometimes she'll be 15. She's I got a 16 or a 17-year-old and a 13-year-old, and that sometimes they like it's just habit. They'll give me their foot because they're doing something like brushing their teeth, and I'll tie their shoe real quick. You know what I'm saying? I was so content doing that I literally forgot about me, and I thought that was the right thing for me to do was to take care of my family, take care of other people, and that is the wrong thing to do. That's called parenting and being a mom and making sure somebody else is taken care of. But when that person goes to school or you get a moment for yourself, it's really supposed to be taken for yourself, and you forget that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I remember them like, you got to take care of you, and I'm like, no, I mean, I love me. I'm great. Like I used to tell myself like, I can put my heels on, I can rock them, walk down that street with confidence, no big deal. Like it's way more than that, and that's like the definition I use for that because that's how I used to think. Like that's how I used to think about it. You know what I mean? Like confidence, like I rock that shit. Like no quit. I had no idea what that meant until they broke me down for me to figure out what that meant. So that's a huge problem that you're doing everything for everybody else, but you're forgetting about who you are. And that's why I'm here. Like that's why it's important that we bring these things up again. Because if I'm going through it and it's happening to me, it's because of the energy. So it sure as hell is happening to you guys. Because people always like, why are you so personal with certain stuff? Or you tell us you're going through this. Well, because that's the energy, and that's what you guys are going through too. You know what I'm saying? So we might as well talk about it instead of pretending like it's not there. Because then, how do we learn? Oh, that's super funny. Yeah. So, anywho, Mister, you definitely have to work on you. Okay, you come first. Nobody else. All right. It's a process, but you're gonna be okay. All right. It's stepping stones, baby cake, stepping stones. Okay. I love you, but it's time to start loving yourself, and don't think it's gonna happen within like a couple weeks. It's a couple months of a process, but when you come out of it, you're gonna be like thank effing God. Like honestly, like you're gonna feel like a brand new person, and now you can accomplish so many things, and your soul's just gonna be set on fire, and you're gonna just be like unstoppable, and you're gonna be that one where it's like, oh, I need to go preach this or help other people because I was stuck here for so long, and like it was the simplest little thing, but someone could be stuck there for 15 years. You know what I'm saying? So trust me, I was stuck there for like 30 years. So gotta work on you. Yeah, I know that she's talking about the jumping jacks. Does anybody do those jumping jacks? And did it shift your energy? I did my jumping jacks, but I did 5 and I half-assed them because I didn't have a bra on. So I was like this. I was like, but I got to do my jumping jacks. So I was like this, and I did like 5 of them. So they were half-assed jumping jacks, but I still did them. And still did them. But it was like what, like 10 o'clock at night? I was like, oh fuck, I forgot to do my jumping jacks. So I did some cheesy ass jumping jacks, and I did like 4.5, but I did them. But I'm sure little stuff like that makes you. I'm telling you, it feels better. Like just stepping out of your energy like that because it was heavy energy. So it's like even those 10 jumping jacks, it shifts your brain for a minute. Gotta shift your brain, you know? You should really start exercising if you don't exercise, you know what I'm you really should. Even if you're healthy, like, honestly, you can always be healthier. A lot of people right now too are gaining weight, okay? I guarantee a majority of you have at least gained 5 pounds in the last month, and everyone wants to blame it on the holidays. Well, I wanna blame it on the holidays and football and basketball and beer, but in our reality, it's really our health, it's stress because we're not acknowledging something, so it's more than just health unhealthy eating. You're unhealthy eating because of, like, stress, and I'm not even saying you're stress eating, it's we don't even acknowledge it, okay? So for those who are putting on the weight right now, even if it's only a few pounds and it's like, "Oh, well, it's noticeable," and you're telling yourself certain stuff, like, that's your higher self telling you, okay? So it's like, start doing a little exercising, or it's not even watch what you're putting in your body necessarily. What it is telling you is that you're harboring something, you're ignoring something. It's something else it's more stress related and health related. It's more mental than anything. You know what I'm saying? So cut yourself a little slack, but at the same time, like, obviously try to eat a little healthy if you can, take a walk. And it's like I feel like I'm making excuses. Like, I used to love going to the gym, but I know how hard it is to get your mojo back. Like, for me, once you lose that motivation with certain stuff, it's so hard to get back into routine. And then I started to get with the whole health thing, and then I stepped back into getting into, like, the whole routine. Then people were staring at me left and right, and I was just like, I can't, like, it's a local gym. Like, are you kidding me? Like, they're not saying anything, but they're staring. So it's like I know, and it's like I can't stand it. And it's getting a little chilly to run outside. The roads are slippery when it's wet. I live up and down on hills, you know what I'm saying? So even with slipperies and pine needles, I don't wanna bust my ass and break a hip at 40 years old, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, fuck, and it's like I don't have all the room in the household to do acrobatics and freaking all this other shit. So it's like I really feel like I'm in a pickle. Like, find a new gym, like, what I'll figure it out, guys. It's not like the end of the world for me. Like, just gotta put my brain together. But it's like it becomes a project, and then it's like, forget it, and then it's like, no, Court, you have to. So it's kind of like your higher self is telling you. So I'm telling you, if you put a few pounds on in the last month or so, it's more than just football or baseball or basketball. It's more than just sport. Well, it'd be sports for me. I always try to blame it on sports because I'm always snacking, but like, don't blame it on freaking my little pot smokers. Don't blame it on, oh, I got the munchies. Like, it's more than that. So I need you guys to acknowledge that, because before you know it, it's gonna be freaking spring, and you're gonna be like, "Where'd this 20 pounds come from? The freaking damn winter and damn holidays." Nah, it's stress. You're not recognizing something. So I'm telling you, Jupiter will make you a fat mother effer real quick, real quick. Put 20 pounds on you real quick, a pound a day. Like, not, I'm not playing. So if you're starting to put weight on like that, that's Jupiter teaching you something. They want you to recognize something. And you're like, oh, that makes no sense. Like, the universe doesn't have control over that. Yeah, oh no. Yeah, they do. Jupiter's got total control over that. So doesn't Mercury. So doesn't all the planets. I was just about to name them all. They sure do. Okay? So let's pull a lesson for what it is we're kind of discussing. Till my dying days through, I'll be loving you forever. I couldn't even talk. I had to get that out. I accept everything happens in divine order. Okay. Be patient. This is not like, oh, I gotta be patient to wait for this person to come in. This is be patient on yourself. Be patient on your soul. It's not a rush to find your purpose. It's not a rush to find your happy again. I mean, guys, it can be a slow, painful process. Believe that. Believe that. Okay. So that's having patience on you or other people, you know, family members, whatever. And then we got fear. I realize that I'm testing to resolve to live in the energy of love. So a lot of you guys, us, are fearing love. Okay, feeling that's what I'm talking about. It's those little things where we lose that fire, and it's almost like you put a match to the bridge and that's it. You burnt the bridge that you can't, you're gonna have to rebuild that bridge, and it's hard to rebuild that bridge. All right, and purpose. I know what it is I'm here to do. So a lot of you guys are in your purpose right now too. But I kind of knew that anyway because it's the energy. It's finding your passion again. This purpose card for me is straight up your passion. What makes you happy? All right, don't feel rushed to get through it. Work on it slowly. Have patience on yourself. Go after that love. It doesn't have to be a lover. Just go after that love, what it is you are passionate about. Let go of little things because then we got regret. And it's like, you can't change the past. You can't, we can dwell on it, but where does that get us? So it's like, this is a very slow, tough process, but this is the energy that we're in. And I'm telling you, this is, how do you know what that Knight of Pence, well, like, oh, this slow mother effer has been on this horse and blah, 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 blah. How do you know this isn't you trying to get through your lesson? This is why I'm saying I really need you to open up. I read the story that's on my board, but for those who don't have a lover in their life, it's kind of saying, yeah, this is a slow process, but this will eventually come to you. But before it comes to you, you got a lot of stuff to get through before you could just master something like that. So it's a process, all right? But this is the perfect energy to let go of any regret, any fear, you know, um, finding that passion. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Full moon card. I didn't even bring out my little moonology book. I gotta grab one. Show me you thinking of me. Conclusions are within reach. I'm gonna read that for you, but I'm not feeling that one. Just because I was shuffling weird. I'm weird when it comes to my shuffling. But conclusions are always within reach. You know what I'm saying? Just takes time. I was talking about that with somebody earlier too. The whole alignment, it takes time. And that's another thing why I get this book. I'll explain to you on how there's my thing right there. So then here's my moonology. So I must have forgot my lesson, not my lesson one, my vibe one. I was trying to explain to somebody that couldn't understand why certain things were crashing down and around and towers and like just little things. And it's one of those things too where it's like it really boils down to, I was just gonna say belief in the impossible, belief and faith. But when I first started doing this, like the money pouring in, probably like 6-7 months out, just like a few months back, like everything came to a halt. And I'm like, am I not on my path? Like I am, but like, what are they trying to get me to see? It's when I went through that whole struggle thing and I was telling you guys, I'm buffering. Oh, okay. And I was talking about all that stuff. And one of the reasons why I got shut down is because love was more important to me. Giving answers was more important to me than money was. And I understand you need money to survive, but I was having enough come in. Okay. So I wasn't like struggling with that aspect of it. It was kind of like what they were basically telling me, like, yeah, love is very important, but money is too. And it's greed, like, why are people going to pay for a reading? Why are people going to donate? Why are people going to do this when you're giving all the answers? And I struggled with that because I talk to you guys all the time because I was always like, "Well, I don't wanna ever say go to Vimeo or do anything like that," and I understand it's okay, people need to make their money, but I always thought to myself, "What about those people who can't afford, all this stuff?" Like, I couldn't process it, and it's just not who I am. So finally, I came up with a way to make money, which I'm gonna get there, okay? But that's all that superstitious. I'm waiting for my planets. I already know that's gonna take off. But like, it took me a while to figure that out, and it also took the universe a while to figure out like, hey, court's not gonna process this. Like, she's not, okay, because she's all about love and help, and you're not gonna be able to get her to switch like that. Like, it's not a thing. So it's like then they had to come in, realign everything all over again, and help me figure out a way to make a shit ton of money and still give the answers. See what I'm saying? So, like, don't get discouraged if things you feel like you're falling off track or something, or you got lack of faith. It's not the case. Shit takes time to align. You know what I'm saying? So, it, they have to find that happy medium. Okay. So don't get discouraged. It's very easy to get discouraged. I know it is. All right. But like they shut me down where they were like, all right, we're going to make sure no money comes in or you're not going to get XYZ. And it's like, they didn't win that way. But it taught me a lesson. And I realized that why would people pay for all these readings left and right if I'm giving you all the answers? So it taught me that there's a lot of greedy mother effers out there, which is it's all good. I mean, it's not good, but it's good. I mean, it's whatever. You want to be greedy, be greedy. But like I understand, like what I understand the power with my book. I understand the power that money has now, and before I never looked at it like that. You know what I'm saying? So it took me a while to figure that out. And it also took them a while to figure out like court doesn't process it any other way. Like there's no way we're going to get her to be able to do that because court just won't do that. Okay, so boy am I glad that me and the universe figured out a way for me to make money and still be who I am because they fought with me on that one for a very long time. All right. So but I understand why people go to Vimeo. You got to make money. Like I get it. I can make thousands and thousands and thousands. I can make 5 to 10,000 a month just off YouTube and putting advertisements on and stuff, guys. I know I can. But I don't want those interruptions in my read. And people be like, "Oh, she's crazy." But it's like, no, I can't process that. I can't process not going from A to Z. Or like 1 to 10 and skipping everything in between. Like I don't know how to do that. Like if I'm going to preach something and tell you how to do something, I got to be able to help or it defeats the purpose of what I'm doing. But that's just who I am. It doesn't make anybody else like not good because it's just they obviously love money a lot more than I love money. That's the difference between me and them. And now I understand what it's like to need that money, but I don't ever want to be in that position where I'm greedy with money like that. I don't. It changes somebody's life. Okay. I understand you need the money. And I love that I have all this extra money, but like it took me a long time to figure that part out. So that was a huge, huge lesson. Okay. It took me months to figure that out, and then finally the universe is like, fuck, we're not going to get her to understand that aspect of it because I don't ever want to try to comprehend that part of it. Like, I don't want that to ever change me, like, of course I love money, but not like that. Like, but it taught me a huge lesson on greed. That is for damn sure. But I guess that my heart was gold and I thought to myself, well, people will donate or people will get this or they'll need that. So it taught me a lot about being naive too. It taught me a lot of lessons, guys. Truly, truly did. So don't get discouraged. That's where I was going with that. And this whole path, it takes time to get that passion, that spark. It takes time. But they want you to do it your way. They want you to figure it out your way. Like they won't ever give you that answer of what your purpose is. Like people come to me, "What's your purpose?" I can kind of tell you where they want you to be in what direction, but they won't ever get me the answer for me to tell you to pinpoint nothing. That's part of your journey because only you can find your purpose. Even another spiritual person, even a medium, they shouldn't be telling you what your purpose is. Like it can hinder your whole journey. It's yours and yours alone to figure that part out. And it is hard. It is very hard. That's the wrong book. So that was my little story to teach you guys on it takes time for stuff to come together. It takes time for things to align. It takes belief, but it's a lot more than belief. It's a lot of things. You have to recognize things like it's not easy. But then when you do, you appreciate more, you understand more. It teaches you harsh lessons. I mean, I didn't want to lose that. I didn't want to learn the hard way. Obviously not, you know. So it says, just like that, one door shuts and another one opens. One slam shuts and another one opens. If you pull this card, it suggests that your situation you're asking about is about to reach a peak or it has done so already. So it says, now things are out of your hands. What you're experiencing now is what your soul signed up for. The way for you to learn is your soul to evolve. So other events can unfold and easier on yourself. And if you're letting go of something or someone, it is the right time. It is hard to move forward sometimes. Forgiving someone for what they did could be the key to resolving a situation in a positive way as well. It doesn't make it right what they did, but it releases it so you can move on. Okay. Then it says attune to the moon. It says what is what is meant for you will not pass you by. That talks about the patience. You know what I'm saying? Door shut, slam, door shut, slam shut now. That won't be reopened. It's time for you to get back on track. Forgiveness is part of freeing some karma. Meditation can help too, and yoga. Okay. And certain things are going to start to unfold. New people can be coming into your life too. All right, but this is kind of like everything we kind of have just been talking about. Have patience on yourself. Find your happy again. Like a lot of times people fear finding that happy because it's a change, and change is really hard for people sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So, but what's meant to be will be. If it's in your blueprint, it's always going to come back around. You know what I'm saying? But not until you start recognizing stuff, and that is a fact. Believe in the impossible. As the saying goes, some things happen only once in a blue moon, or the other word is hardly ever after. After drawing this card suggests you're about to get a rare chance and that something or someone could come around or something would happen. This card is a positive sign that you felt whatever it is you were hoping for that's coming into fruition or asking too much from the universe. However, whatever it is you're asking about, it might only happen once in a blue moon, but it can happen. However, this is a real opportunity before you. It is important that you just believe in it and convince yourself without asking something to go into your favor. Because sometimes then it won't go into your favor. Be grateful for this card, which reminds you to believe in your dreams. Okay, it says, luck is obviously on your side. Miss this chance and it might not come back around anytime soon. This sometimes only happens once in a lifetime. This person you inquire about is a rare find. If you believe it, you can achieve it. This past situation is unlikely to repeat. So it talks about a lot about forgiveness too and believing. It kind of is covering everything we talked about, okay? So that's beautiful. I felt like I was really slow reading those cards. Let me get a vibe card. Everything's like, I can only see print in those. When I try to look over here, it's too blurry. That's only for up close. I wish I could find one pair of eyeglasses that did it all. I go see Yanni all the time. He's my eye doctor. He's a friend too. But I go see him all the time, and I'm like, no, there's something wrong with my eyes. And he's like, I'm like, I know. It's just the transits. The transits really affect my vision too. So it's like, because he tells me all the time, I've had these taken out. I've kept the frames and had them taken out plenty of times, and it's so strange how the transits affect my vision like that. I literally need like 3 sets of glasses for certain things. Like, because with those, it's hard for me. Like this, I can see it perfectly. I go close with those, and I can see it. I go close with these, I can't. It's so weird. So weird. It drives me nuts. Like, I couldn't even do contacts if I wanted to. Hi. I just buy like readers. I have different strengths of like readers, strands, or I don't know, whatever you call it. And depends on the print. I am weird, but I love my weirdness. I love my weirdness. Oh, you didn't have to get rid of that, guys. Somebody took that right down as soon as I read it. It's all right, someone called me weird. They could have meant that in a really nice way. Maybe people like weird people. Claim your boundaries. But I am weird. You guys think I'm not weird? It'd be weird if you didn't think I wasn't weird. Where'd my book go? Oh, thank you. I'm like looking at things. I'm all distracted. Yeah, unique. Unique is a word. Yeah, that too. Claim your boundaries. Have people been arguing with you lately? These just make it so much bigger. Have people been arguing with you lately or challenging you to challenging you to express a certain opinion? Are you being ignored or dismissed? Do you feel overly defensive? Are you suffering from a case of being too nice? If the answer is yes, don't worry. On an energetic level, your aura is simply just trying to open up, all right, leaving you vulnerable. It is time to claim your boundaries, strengthen your aura, and let go of the past. And tell certain things to go away. It's not mean or unkind. It's simply honest and healthy. Become more aware of your aura and your boundaries. Other people are aware of them. They will take advantage of them. All right? Don't be a pushover. It's time for you to stop. This is your soul task master at hand. You need to practice this. Practice saying, no, go away. Leave me in peace, both verbally and silently, and enjoy it. Your aura is a protected shield, and it grows when you gain self-respect. Breathe courage and confidence into your aura from within. Practicing it every day, you will soon feel a difference, and you will love it. Okay? So it's just protecting your aura. Okay? We kind of talked about that too when it comes in the beginning, when it talks about forgiveness and dealing with petty stuff and people taking advantage of other things. And don't worry, things are going to start. You're going to get your vibe back. You're going to get your vibe back. But in order to get that vibe back, you truly have to look at things in a different way. Okay? It is all perception. So I'm going to just throw these cards real quick now that I got you some oracles. Okay? I'm not going to read the definition of this, but I just want to pull one and see what it's telling me to tell you real quick before I pull from a regular deck. So we got lots to cover here and there. I think the next few weeks we're going to have to work on little things here and there, okay? Lots to cover. Confidence. I don't need to read the whole thing. It's clear as day. Confidence is needing in some. That's not the photo. I was telling you guys about a photo about a woman and a horse, but the image I was thinking about when I was channeling, it was on the opposite side, but it was similar to that. So maybe it's just your message is about seeking confidence. But I feel like somebody's answer was in that photo though. Okay. Hi, baby girl. Hi, baby girl. Come say hi. Come say hi. Give me a kiss. Come here. Give me kisses. No? She's been staring at me. She's staring at me. Hi. Get over here. Up. Up. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. No? I don't know if you guys can see her. I don't know what she's doing. She's being strange. I love you. I love you. She's staring at me from the other side of the room. Staring at me. Cards are super sticky. The last couple of times I've worked with them, they've been super sticky. Make me feel alright. I wanna feel. Got the Five of Swords, okay? This Five of Swords is kind of like, obviously Five of Swords is like feeling defeated. It's a lose-lose, a win-win. Somebody always loses with the Five of Swords, okay? It's also karma too. But like, someone's defeated, obviously, okay? But like, I feel like this is more of like a family issue. You know, it's almost like somebody stood up for their beliefs and the parents are just in disbelief. I've never looked at this card like this, okay? So to me, this person doesn't have huge ego or pride. It's nothing like that right this second with this card, guys. This is somebody stood up for their beliefs, and it honestly looks like the parents are in disbelief right now. Because look at the older couple. You know what I'm saying? Like, that person just looks like, fuck this, I'm standing up for my own shit. You know what I'm saying? And that person's not trying to be an asshole. This person's just becoming themselves. They're stepping into a new them, and it's kind of like beast mode. You know, like it's a lose-lose no matter what I do. Or, they're looking at it like I might as well just take care of me, okay? Which I think is great. I've never once been able to look at the Five of Swords like that, ever. This person's on a journey. Which would make sense because of the Six of Swords. But I guess it all makes sense now, guys. But if you think about it, when do you ever correlate the Five of Swords with the Six of Swords? Like, even though it goes in order, when do you ever correlate that? You know, like, oh, it's okay, you're about to get on your boat. You know what I'm saying? But this person actually has courage. This person stood up for their belief, and that's normally a different card. You know what I'm saying? And then we have the King of Wands. So this person, you know, this person's turning, I think, yeah, it's the same person. This person's turning into like a man or a woman. You know, like I feel like kind of like questioning it a little bit, kind of like questioning themselves more than anything. But like this is good. This is somebody going right towards that. Tell me about this king. This I'm sure one person was defeated. I'm sure. Okay. It was the moon reversed. So this was, you know, secrets coming out, and it doesn't even have to be secrets. It could just be it was their belief. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff just came out into the open. So this person, like I said, it's the king, which is the 5. It's the same person. Literally, stuff came out. They stood up from the beliefs. Now, listen to me. This can be a different scenario with a different person. still being the Five of Swords and the King of Wands, that's still the same person. You could still be dealing with somebody arrogant. It was a lose-lose. You had to walk away. Secrets came out. Could have been a third party. However this reads for you. But I'm telling you right now, this is somebody who stood up for their beliefs. Took them a while. It's still kind of a little like tiny bit of smugness. Okay. But literally, like I said, with the moon being reversed, secrets came out. But this is more like I stood up for my beliefs. Look at this. Look at the person. Look at this couple, guys. This is not a young couple. Like these are parents. These are grandparents. This is a person coming into manhood. You know, like already, this person's already a man. Okay. But like, is just starting their journey. So they're coming in as a page. You know what I'm saying? And that's not even like, well, it looks like a page, even though it's the Five of Swords, but this is straight up, this is family, whoever raised them. It's something like that. And they finally, with the moon being reversed, I'm telling you, this is somebody honestly standing up for themselves, standing up to their family. Okay. And that is, it is kind of like, that's too many. It is kind of like a lose-lose. It's not an easy, it's a defeat, but it's also a win. That's why that card's a win-win, a lose-lose. But now it's like, holy shit, now I see what that's like really saying in that particular card. But you're still dealing, don't get me wrong, you're still dealing with somebody who's arrogant. Okay. So the Seven of Cups reversed with the Fool. So this is person, this is confronting karma, letting go, not too much confusion. But I think this was also somebody who's very this Fool doesn't talk about a new start for me. I mean, obviously it's a Fool, but like this is telling me this person was foolish. Like this Fool is just ready to jump off a cliff and the dog's ready to follow, like doo-doo-doo, like drunk. You know what I'm saying? Like, ah, fuck. This person's drunk. Okay, I didn't see that popping out. But this person has made some I would really want to just look at it as this person's made some foolish moves, you know, coming out of confusion. But what this is, you know, if I'm going to read it traditionally, but I'm not reading my cards like this today, it's taking me somewhere. This person's a drunken fool. But they're starting to stand up for themselves, but let's hope this is past, okay? But this person was a drunken fool. To me, this card, what it's saying and what it's representing, this person was foolish. I don't know if still is, but definitely was. Okay, let me get a couple more cards. 5 more to be exact, so I can follow the storyline. Something fell. Judgment. I told you right under the 5 of Swords, because I'm clarifying now. This person finally made a decision. So I'm glad I'm using my intuition right now. Okay. And then Death came out with it, okay? Which would have been the next one with the King of Swords. I would have put it with the King of Wands. I mean, holy shit. I just got spooked. I thought I just saw somebody standing right there. Probably just my hair. But this person made their own judgment call. I really thought I just saw something. Like, whatever, it doesn't matter. I really think it was my hair, but it like freaked me out for a minute. Like that was just didn't belong there. Not like a figure. I don't even know what I thought I just saw. Anywho, the King of Wands is here, okay? And it's like this King of Wands is the death. This person was defeated, okay? But feeling victorious, getting on the horse, definitely a rebirth. But when I told you this king was a little arrogant, like fuck yeah. I mean, this king literally, like, it took him a while to accept this death. I mean, he was good bulldozing anything that was in his way. Like, look at that death card. So this person did go through a transformation. I told you this person you were dealing with is a little bit smug, but I also told you this person made their own judgment call, and I'm glad that these cards are clarifying. You know what I'm saying? Like a resurrection, finally standing up for what they believe in, gaining their own belief. Okay, but this person did go through a transition, which is beautiful because I can't believe the way I said that. This card was legit telling me, like, with the cups being reversed like this and this being a fool, a drunken fool. Because this fool to me is very foolish, and with the cups being reversed right there, that's drunken. I normally don't ever read it like that, with those two together like that, but that's clear as day what it is. So tell me about the moon. So this person, some things are exposed or about to be exposed, okay, or are exposed, or about to. Like I said, it's the Three of Hearts. Okay, this person is sad. This person is struggling a little bit. Okay, with moving forward and letting go of the past, but they made the judgment call to do it, which I think is beautiful. Okay, because that was a fight. That was a fight, and they're still wounded from battle. Okay. Tell me about the Seven of Cups. There's a Three of Pens. Okay. This is, it's coming together, it's collaborating, it's contracts, it's working together, it's teamwork. It's normally work. And it was also reversed. So let me just clarify. All I smell is perfume right now, and it's giving me a headache like that. Like grandma perfume. It's like bothering me. Is a Two of Pence, all right. And then it's straight to the Three. This person just trying to stay grounded, coming out of confusion, trying to stay grounded. All right. Juggling work, juggling thoughts, juggling drinks, juggling. This person's in rough waters right now. Like extreme rough waters. But they're on the way, which is fantastic, okay? But like, I guess it would make sense that I say rough waters because the Three of Swords is right next to it, okay? And I didn't even realize the water and the Three of Swords, but I just looked at the choppiness in this. Look at that rough water, guys. Okay, and then with it sitting next to the Three of Swords, look at the water in the back of the Swords card. See what I'm saying? So like, it's still choppy waters, that's for damn sure. I think this person is still drinking quite heavily. But they're starting to make the right decisions. But I'm telling you that this battle is not over for this person. But they are starting to make the right decisions. Tell me about the Fool. Okay, so even though they're starting to make the right decisions, all right, going right to the Princess of Pence. But she was reversed, so I think they're thinking that this person's not going to put any effort into it. But they want a new start with this person. Let me just clarify the Princess of Pence. But I will tell you, this person's still in choppy waters. I can't believe, yeah, see the Ten of Swords. But it was, this wants to start with somebody, but there's a lot of damage has been done. So this person has doubt, but that, again, it's not your problem, okay? But that seems to be part of their issue right now, but again, not yours, okay? Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So this person, I don't know if they're still a drunken fool, guys. They're definitely in some choppy water. I mean, this battle is not over. But I am proud of this particular group of people because to step out of the Five of Swords like that and to step into a mature outlook and to start accepting things is not easy. And I think it's amazing when people can start standing up for who they are again, okay? But I will tell you, Music just shifted me real quick, real fast, which is awesome sauce because that was about to get deep. This person's just in rocky water. All right. When I hear music, it makes me dance. And I just got lost in that so quick. I was like, so you might be dealing with somebody who has a little, likes to get a little tipsy when they drink, okay? But they are starting to make the right decisions, which is beautiful, okay? See what music does for me? That's a big sign for you guys too. Step out of what we were just stepped into. All right, step out of that because that sucked me in for a minute. So step out of it. Yeah, I mean that music came on and like instantly dragged me out of that real quick. I knew not to get back into that. It was like a sign, stop digging. Okay. And it said when I hear music, it makes me dance. And that was the first. I didn't even hear that. I just heard the beat. I knew I loved the song. Pulled me right out of that shit. Play an advice card and then I'll wrap it up. Yeah, snap out of it. Apparently, that's bringing you guys there too. I can't even shuffle. I just want to go to the beat right now. All right, I gotta turn it down a minute. I couldn't, I was trying to shuffle with the beat, and I was like, yeah, that's not gonna work for it. So best advice, we literally got the 5 of swords again, starting off with the same card. This means there's gonna be disagreements. You gotta let this ego go, okay? There's love, there's greed. It's just be cautious. There can always be a little trickiness, okay? But what they're saying is it's tricky to get out of this energy, okay? Obviously, because I told you this person is still in a battle, okay? It's tricky, but it's coming together. Like the battle it's so close to being over. Like the sword is in the ground. Okay, the soul is being enlightened. All right, they're following the soul. Like it's blooming again. Like look at like the fight's over. You know what I'm saying? Like the grass is starting to grow again. But when when you find yourselves in these type of situations, it's so important because it's very tricky to get yourself out of ego, out of greed. It's very tricky to get yourself out of certain circumstances. But this card is saying, even though it was a loss, it was a win. It's kind of like one of those blessings in disguise things, how I was talking about that. All right. So like your best advice right now, it's still patience. And we talked about that. Okay. Because it takes time. You got to believe in who you are. All right. So this is why it's important that we're starting to talk about this again. All right. Believe in you. Don't believe that something else is going to happen and this person's going to come in. Believe in you. It's funny because it's just ironic because last night, one of the messages in my text that I wrote, I'll share it with you real quick. One little line I did write, believe in me. Believe in me. But in all reality, this person has to believe in themselves in order to believe in me. All right. But maybe, I don't know the scenario. Okay. But like, believe in who you are. Okay. It's going to require patience because this is coming right at you. You're looking at it. It's going to be a win or it's going to be a loss. Regardless of the scenario, guys, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. So please just believe in yourself. Believe that you can do this. This person also needs to do the same thing. But this person is definitely starting to believe in themselves. There's no question because I can see the progress that's being made. That's being taken, believe it or not. All right. And then we got the Hierophant. All right. That's inner wisdom. That's learning. That's belief, your beliefs, but believing in yourself so you can have those beliefs. So these are 3 cards about learning and belief. Okay. teach, learn from it. Okay? It's lessons being learned, all right? And being big enough to own up to certain stuff too, and teaching others. And I was just saying that for somebody who was on my page earlier, where I was like, I guarantee you're gonna be that person where you go and teach others from your experience type thing. Like you're making impact for that person who is basically saying to me, I do everything for others and I don't get anything back. And that learn this lesson. It's going to be tough, but learn it. Have patience on yourself and then teach it, preach it. All right, one more card for best advice. So just be patient, all right? Clarity and belief, it's coming. It's coming, all right? It talks about beliefs, commitment, transformations, defining who you are, deciding what you want to do in your life. It's like a breath of fresh air, okay? But you have to look at a new way of seeing things, how you think about things, especially how you feel about anything you're passionate about right now. See if I see anything else, because this is one of my first decks, so I wrote on the back of these, but I much rather enjoy reading intuitively. It shows a lot of growth. All right, it's somebody blooming. It's inspiration. This card is inspirational to me, if you ask me. See, it's very inspiring. This person's pledging too. I'm telling you, this is somebody who stood up for their beliefs. This is what this is, guys. So it's great. All right, there's still a little bit of a battle though, okay, but you guys will figure it out. You'll figure it out. Is that letting go? Is he letting go of what? Yeah, he's letting go of the butterfly. But he's probably letting go of negativity. He's blooming. He's becoming a man. You know what I'm saying? Like he's standing up for his beliefs. Like he's got clarity. He's got inspiration. He's following his soul is what he's doing. Yeah, it is an ace. Yeah, it is. Yeah, but the way I'm reading this with all my other cards is this is just somebody who is growing and getting clarity and standing up for their belief. And this is more than just here's an offer. Like this is way bigger than this. Like this is not a problem, obviously not. But I mean there's some heartache, but this is a huge transformation that's occurring. And this isn't like, oh, hey, here's an ace. It's a brand new opportunity. This is fucking way bigger than that. This card touches me because this is somebody who is standing up for themselves. And I'm telling you, this was not easy for this person. This is an uphill battle for this person, especially if they're a drunken fool. I mean, this person is conquering shit. Like, I got a lot of admiration for this person right now, to be honest with you. Because if this is truly what's happening to them, this is a brand new effing person. Like, this is like, whoa, you won't be able to recognize this person type thing. And it's pretty beautiful, no matter if this is a lover, a parent, this is somebody in your life going through a tremendous transformation. Tremendous. I would not even look at this like, hey, new opportunity. This is a new opportunity for this person to follow their soul. This isn't like, oh, hey, there's an ace coming at me. Don't dare look at that, please. This is, don't take this from this person. This is their moment. And I'm going to step out of this because I just almost cried. Okay? Because I just saw the battle that this person's going through. So holy shit. I'm going to let this go and step out of that energy real effing quick. So any hoozy, yeah, I'm glad I pulled myself out of that. Like, holy shit, I was about to get pissed off. Like, don't you dare look at this as an ace. Like, don't you take this from this person. Like, if anybody knows anybody that's battling anything right now, that's where that freaking compassion comes in right there because I just got heated with the thought that somebody there would look at that in any other way besides growth right there. Like, I don't even know what the fuck that was. That was total, like, being so proud. Like, if anybody ever tried to steal that person's thunder, I'd probably stab them. Like, that was like a child. Like, that's how I would feel for a child. That's somebody learning, that's somebody finding them who they are or some I don't know what that was that I just felt, but that was very overpowering. I'd probably be like, I would take somebody down if they even thought for 1 second to say something and that person's vulnerable. Like that, I don't know, like not baby, but like I don't know, do any of you guys understand how that feels for me? Like what that feeling I'm trying to explain to you on how I felt with that? Like, do I need to like break it down like a different way? Like this person, like I don't know where it is now. Like I don't want to get stuck in this again, okay? But this person is just finding like this person just found purity. This person just found life in their soul. Like I'm telling you, this person just found something. And if anybody was to ever take this away from me, I want to literally like beat somebody to a pulp. If somebody tried to rob somebody of this because they let something else get in the way. So if you're going through something with somebody, a family member, somebody who's drinking, a boyfriend, a lover, it doesn't matter. Please remember to have a little compassion. And I know it's got to be tough for some, especially if you've been in a situation where, like, I've been down this road with you before, especially if it's a parent or a grandparent, you know what I'm saying? So, like, that's tough. But what the universe is saying that this really is a shift. So do your best. Because I honestly, like, somebody said something and it wasn't even bad, but I almost was like, I was ready to bulldoze somebody. I had to step out of that. Fuck. I had to step out of that one. Like, holy macaroni. Woo-wee! Woo-wee! What you guys doing this weekend? Anything fun? The woman I was talking to this morning said, "Quiet, please come over. I'm gonna cook you some like Colombian food." I was like, "Oh, I'm so tempted." She's in the city. She's in Boston. She's in Boston, so I was like, What likes to make friends? And she was smart, right? Tempting me with food. I will cook you some Latino food, court. Ooh-wee! Ooh-wee! And what are you guys up to? What are you guys up to? Fill me in before I let you guys go. Yep, empanadas. That was the first thing she said. I'll make you some empanadas. That's the one thing I can actually cook really bomb. It's the rice with me. And we were talking, and she's like, well, I gotta take you to this restaurant and that restaurant. She's like, you never been to a Colombian restaurant? I was like, oh man, I've had plenty of Latino food, but like she was saying, like there was one in particular that she was talking about that I've never been to. Ooh, native food? It's cold and rainy in NC and NY and NC. Oh, you're in North Carolina? Come down to the south here, make me some Creole food. I know. Could you imagine when I travel? I'm gonna be eating good. I'm gonna be hitting you all up. I'm coming here. I'm coming here. I'm coming here. Who's feeding me? Who's feeding me and my fam? Because we're hungry. You're getting snow? That's awesome. I smelt it the other day. I was walking the dog. Was it 2 days ago, 3 days ago? And I went outside and I was like, it wasn't like frigid, but I was like, I smelt snow. And I was like, here we go. Like I can smell the seasons coming in and coming out. You know what I'm saying? Like it's coming. It's coming our way. I want to come to NY. Feel in Texas too. I almost got on a plane like 2 years ago and went to Texas. Not even like a year and a half ago. It's when I went through that whole thing where I was like, jump on a plane. I was being pulled to Texas. I don't know why. Anyone in Texas? New Hampshire. New Hampshire. Yeah, Texas representing. Yeah, I keep seeing myself in NY too, New York. But I think that's just me getting myself there. There's something in Texas. There's something in New Jersey right now too. I don't know what it is. I can feel it. It's either New York or New Jersey. I can't figure it out. Is it Dallas? Yeah, like Dallas, Houston, something like that. Austin? No, not really Austin. It was a while ago. I was being pulled to somewhere around there. Line dancing? I'll do it all. He's dancing his way back to me. Yep, definitely do not feel like an endless battle of hope. All right, don't do it. You, whomever this person is you are gonna push through this. I'm telling you, and I'm telling you, like I would bulldoze over anyone right now who even thought about taking that little bit of hope away from somebody. That is a crucial. I could cry. I don't know what this is, guys, but I'm telling you, like this is a crucial moment in somebody's life, and it's like I don't know if somebody can hinder that right now. I don't think so. I feel like you have enough strength that you're standing up for your beliefs, who you are. You walked away from it, but like, I think it's saying, take this new start. You're here. You went through the battle. It's still hard. You're still battling, but like, it's still very fresh wounds. And I could feel it was more than heartache there. Like, it was like, that's the love I have for like a child right there. Like, I would bulldoze some, like, I'd wanna bubble that person, and I know you wouldn't be able to do that, all right? So if this is you, like, I'm so proud of you, like, just keep going, but this person is vulnerable right now, so I don't know if that's where that compassion's coming in, but, like, I would never like, if this was your twin, I don't know if that's the right approach. Oh, I didn't think about that. I mean, I guess it'd be the same approach, so why should I categorize it? You know what I'm saying? So, that's probably just ego at that point. On my half that I would just categorize it like that, but, like, you still gotta remember the boundary cards that came out, you know what I'm saying? Your gut will tell you. Your gut will tell you. You guys will be okay. Ooh, I hope you do, Rhonda. Oh, it's not Rhonda, what is it? Renata. Renata? Renata? I know I say that differently, but I'm not. That's like somebody was saying it the other day. What was that princess? Elsmarat? Elsma Els what's that princess's name? Elsmerata? No, what is coming into my head right now? What is that? Esmeralda. that a princess? Or am I thinking of I think I'm thinking of Elsa from Frozen. But isn't that other one a princess name too? Elsmerata. Why can't I say that right now? I've said that plenty of times. Elsmeralda. Who is that? Is that a princess, guys? Elsmeralda. Okay, so she is a princess. Oh, okay. Because I'm pretty sure I was thinking of Elsa, but well, I was trying to say Elsa, but I was thinking Elsmeralda, and I'm not even saying it right. I don't feel like it's pronounced that way. Esmeralda. Like I know that's how it's said, but I feel like somebody says it differently. Hunchback of Notre Dame. Is that what it is? Where does that movie take place? Hunchback of Notre Dame. France? Esmeralda is not a French name, though. Is it? Is someone's name Esmeralda? But it's not even pronounced that way. It's Spanish? But the way I'm saying it, somebody pronounces it differently. Like, do you have a grandparent or something like that? Like, it's something connected to what we're talking about. I think it's more than just a princess. Anywho, it doesn't matter. Your aunt's name? Do you say it differently like that? I mean, I know I'm not saying it with like the Spanish but like I feel like even with that Spanish pronunciation, no, there's something they know this person is saying it differently, but that's that person's name. So it's like that's the person's name, but that's not what that person's called. They call her something else. I don't know. I don't know what that's all about, but I want to stop getting lost in that. Like that's I don't know what that is. Maybe it's just referring a princess, but it was in the movie Hunchback of Notre Dame. I don't know. Maybe Esma? Esma? I don't know. I don't know. Doesn't matter though. I want to get out of that. I don't like woohoo. I don't like when that keeps happening to me. Maybe that name's related to this situation on my board. I don't know. It means breathe into life. Meaning is breath of life. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, it reminds me of like what's that movie? She's named after a flower on a certain island from Spain. Not Tomb Raider. Nah, he wears a mask, Zorro. What's her name? What's her name? She's got a beautiful name too. Is it Catalea? Catalina? Catalea? No, it's something like that. Oh, Catalea flower. I don't know why names are coming up like this right now. What's that what's her name in the movie? Anybody know? The Catalea I'm thinking of is a flower. Catalina? That's her name in the movie? Yeah, Catherine Zeta Jones. Katrina? Catherine? What? All right, I'm all done. I want to get out of this. Maybe this all has to do with like flowers or something. Like I don't freaking know. Maybe someone's just blooming. Like I don't know. I want to get out of it though. Like holy shit, I'm done. Woo-wee, I'm done. Why am I freaking you out? It's got to be making sense to somebody. Oh, okay, thank you. I want to get out of it though, Elena. Yeah, I wanna get out of that. Okay, woo-wee. Like, whoa, I'm done because I'm channeling stuff that I don't even know what that's all about, and it's just names. So I want to get out of that. And it's 12:12. My music's not even playing. It shut off by itself. Like I don't even understand. Time to move on. Moving on now. Moving on. Okay. I love you guys. Have a fantastic day. I think I'm staying in later, so maybe I'll come. I'll come on our yappity with you. I don't know. I don't know. I got stuff. I got personal to do. I got stuff to do. So I don't know, guys. But if not, I mean, honestly, just take care of you. Okay. Don't forget who you are. Have a fantastic weekend. I'll be back at some point, guys. Like, I just don't know. I just don't know when. You know, I didn't go to dinner last night because the energy shifted like that. I wasn't in a bad mood, but it was like I was in a frenzy. I was in a like a I was stalking. I was legitimately stalking something, and I got sidetracked. So I'm going to dinner tonight. But like, I was determined to find something I couldn't find. But I did have like a quick dinner. Someone else came up this way. When I like study and I study, I feel like I can stalk a subject like that. I really can. Like, it's crazy. Like, I go right into private investigator. Like, my mind was like a sponge last night. Like, I'm really trying to process a lot of things. I don't know if it has to do with like where I'm going with you guys, so I don't want to mention things, but like just different studies on different things. Yeah, no, definitely not stalking like that, but like it felt like I was like stalking because I was trying to find information that I couldn't find, and it wasn't even on a person; it was on a subject. And I felt like I was obsessed trying to seek answers. That's why I feel like it was like a stalking. It was weird, but I did step out for like an hour. But I was supposed to go into the city and have a nice dinner. I might do that tonight though. But I don't know. I'll be back at some point over the weekend. Yeah, it was one track. I was trying to like, whoo, I haven't been in that mode in a long time. And I do have a little advice for when you get like that, when you're trying to seek an answer out and you go in your private detective or whatever you're doing, just take a step back for a minute and feel your body. What your body telling you, what your mind telling you, not what your cards are telling you, not what somebody else is telling you. What do you vibe? What do you feel in your heart? What kind of symptoms are you having? Like all this time I've been searching for certain questions through certain stuff, and all I really had to do was legitimately sit back for a minute, and it was like that. Okay. So, anywhoosie, I keep getting lost and I keep getting deep with you guys, so I'm outie. Have a fantastic day. All right. Um, I love you guys. Yeah, I'm getting lost here. I feel slow. See ya. I'm leaving now. Bye bye. Like I'm done. I'm like, whoo wee. Whew. Bye guys. Love you. Love you. I'll be back. Bye. You're very welcome. Bye. I'm leaving for real.